Hang on. Bienvenue. Welcome once again to another live stream. This is the Karen Bashford show, the empowerment mentor, a lady whose focus is on helping mostly midlife ladies find their va-va-voom and find their raison d'etre so that they can push forward. And today is about acknowledging something. In fact, you may not believe this, but Karen's actually human, just like the rest of us. And especially if you've had trauma in the past, especially if you've been through hard places and come out the other side, often there'll be unresolved stuff that you still haven't let go of. And the very process of letting go of it causes discomfort, pain, and sometimes indolence, sometimes just ugh. And you wrote a post about this very thing this morning. Can I refer you to that post, please?
Literally, it's like our body is a phenomenal organ, and when you allow it to do what it's supposed to do, it can heal itself. However, in that healing, it's almost like there's layers. So I've done a lot of healing on myself. So I thought that I was okay.
Being the operative word. Thought being the operative word here.
Yeah. But in fact, I'm acknowledging this morning that I'm hurting, genuinely in pain, that I am really, really tired.
Right.
And that I just don't want to do anything. And if I get things done, it's because I'm allowing myself to do it rather than just saying, no, I've got to do it, I've got to do it, I've got to do it. I recognised that last night in that I was reading through material that had come through from my web designer about the new website. And I sat there and I read it and I read it and I read it and I thought, what's she talking about? I just could not take it on board. And I thought, okay, I'm just tired. This was about 10 o'clock last night. So I thought, I'll just go to bed and have a good night's sleep. And I woke up this morning and literally I've not been able to go back to it at all because I know my brain is not going to take any information from that, what she's sharing, for me to be able to respond sensibly. So yeah, I'm not perfect.
But what is good is that rather than doing a knee-jerk reaction, this is all wrong, I can't cope with it, therefore sod it, throw baby out, bathwater out, the lot out. What you said is, hang on a moment, I'm not braining today. I need to give myself space and grace. Yes.
Yeah.
So I guess what today's podcast is all about fundamentally is recognizing when you're out of spoons. I use spoons as a metaphor as I have mental health challenges from time to time. You notionally have a certain amount of spoons and to be able to cope with the mental challenges of the day. And when you're out of spoons, you need to recognize it, Karen Bashford, so you can give yourself the damn space just to get back to who you are. You know, we were just talking about Karen's got a lovely holiday coming up to the most beautiful island of Sicily, and she's going to be in an ideal place where one could do lots of trips. You could do loads of exploration. You could be driving around and flying around and doing stuff. But what did you say? You're probably not going to do any of that.
No, because I'm sensing because I'm going on my own, it's going to be expensive anyway because there's no bus connections or anything like that, and no trains, so everything would be a car. And I've been advised for the 5 days that I'm there, it's not worth getting a car because it'd take me forever to get used to the way people drive.
Yeah,
So I
yes.
was looking for trips to do, but because it is car only, it's becoming very, very expensive. Like just one trip is going to cost me about £150, which is nearly as much as the flipping holiday is going to cost. But hey, so it's like, okay, so what am I going to do instead? And it's like, well, why can't you just sit and do nothing? It's like I
I mean,
never.
let's face it, it's going to be a beautiful climate. You'll be near the water. There'll be beautiful food, and coffee, and so on, and drinks, and all that good stuff. So you could just relax and try and let your body heal itself. Yes.
Yeah, and it'd be a good time because with the healing that I've been doing, I know that I will be needing a rest at the end of it. So
I think
yeah,
people think when you say to them, well, after you'll be healing yourself, that's somehow like eating jelly and ice cream, nice and easy and lovely and sweet. It often leaves as
so
much discomfort. Yeah, but what I'm saying is it often leaves as much pain and discomfort in its wake as
yeah,
it would do, a physical problem. You have to get used to the fact that you've removed that and there's a void where that trauma once was.
yeah. And the thing about the body is when you start working with it, you have the tendency to adjust. So in my case, my back has held so much trauma because I was checking it this morning. It's like my shoulders carry the weight of the world of my family, which I've done for years. My middle back is very much about the structure and having sort of the ability to move forward. I've not had that. So I've held it all. And my lower back is literally to do with those stepping forwards, taking those decisions. So basically, the whole of my back has stored all the trauma from my relationship with my mother and my family, which prevented me from really moving forward. So now my back is going, oh, you're letting this go. Okay. So every little adjustment that happens with the chiropractic, with the Thai massage, with the remedies that I'm using internally to help me, my body's going, well, I can let this bit go. And another part goes, yeah, but I'm not ready to let go, so I'm going to hurt. It's literally like that. And that is what something I'm recognizing that is causing me the pain. And if you think, if something's been stuck for so long, in those cells is going to be toxins, and those toxins are going to come out. Our bodies aren't designed to hold toxins. So it's going to go, well, what the hell's this? I've got to get rid of this. So hence why I'm so tired as well, because my body is working overtime to try and clear everything out.
Yes, often when you're very tired, it's the body working really hard, isn't it? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's recognizing that
But there's no shortcut to this, is there?
no, no, you cannot turn and say, well, I've got this done, so I'm okay now. It doesn't work like that. Seriously, if it did, I'd be very happy.
Yes, and you'd have been sorted a long time ago. But the truth is, it's kind of bit by bit, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I seriously thought that I dealt with so much of my trauma from my family,
Right.
and I thought it was all okay. But obviously not, because my body is now going, what are you doing to me? I'm hurting.
Which I guess is a very sobering thing because you think that you're doing loads of work and I'm going to be finished by that point when, as you say, parts might be fine, but other parts are not ready to go yet. You've got to, and there's no shortcut, so you've just got to work through it. That's why sitting on the beach under an umbrella with a book is probably your future.
For the next, well, for the time I'm in Sicily, yes,
Yeah,
definitely.
absolutely.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
but that's a good thing, right?
Oh, yeah. I would say to anyone, even if I wasn't going to go away on holiday, I would potentially just say, right, for so many days to because I know myself well enough to know that when my body does this, when it gets to the end of it, it's going to go when I want to rest, and it will consequently make me stop anyway. So I'd have probably landed up just getting in the car and going somewhere and sitting somewhere like on the coast, especially with the sunshine we've got here. I'd have done that. So the fact I'm actually going away is a bonus.
We've had a comment from a gentleman called Spencer Collins, says mental health is becoming an increasingly important topic for those navigating life with ADHD, autism, bipolar. With that in mind, do you think companies should explore more flexible remote or hybrid models? They allow individuals to create work environments that really reflect their identity and support their mental health and balances their home lifestyle.
Yeah. Why not? People actually probably, if you create the structure, will enable better working environments. So consequently, you'll get more productivity out of somebody because they will be in that environment that suits them.
Yes, it is about not trying to mold yourself to the environment, but actually edit the environment to suit you. Otherwise, you're always going to hold yourself back, aren't you? Yes, quite right.
And one of the things I often say is, you cannot heal in the environment that's created the problem. So if the problem is being an environment that is totally against who you are, how are you ever going to improve?
I know of, I'll tell you a silly story. Well, it's not silly, it's actually quite sobering. A guy was had up for dismissal, a friend of mine, because apparently he'd been bullied in the environment and he'd reacted badly. And even once that's all sorted out, he tried to go back to carry on working in that, and he found it impossible. And after a couple of weeks, just left. That's because just because there'd been an agreement not to press legal charges, nothing was actually fixed. Yeah.
Because no matter how we look at it, we create stories. Those stories are stored in our bodies as emotional reactions. Unless you deal with those emotional reactions, as I am, by releasing them, you're not going to change anything. You can change your thoughts, but you're not going to change your bodily reactions. So going back into the same environment for him was like his body going, but I wasn't safe here, so why you put me back here?
Well, that was exactly what was going on. He was saying to me, I go back there and it feels like nothing's changed. It feels like I still feel sick and unwell when I'm there. Exactly. Yeah, it's quite right. Yeah. So if there was a message from you from people out there who, like you, have woken up one day and said, I can't do it today. I've got no spoons. I can't brain. People are sending me stuff and I just don't want to read it. I don't want to deal with it. I can't handle it right now. What would you say?
First off, if you're working for somebody, let them know. And it's not that you're not having a mental issue, or it's nothing to do with your mental abilities or anything like that. Your body is just saying, I cannot deal with this at the moment. There is something major going on that is making it impossible for me to be really thinking, I do not feel well, so please can we just take some time out? You might still be able to work. You might be able to do some small things. I know I've done small things this morning, but I haven't been able to tackle
this being one of them. Yeah.
But if I tried to tackle something big, I'd be sitting there just staring at it thinking, what am I supposed to do with this? So it's not admitting there's anything wrong with you. It's just your body is telling you, I need to take time out. It can be a half hour, it can be an hour, it can be a whole day. But you just need to be able to take that time, or at least slow down. And the more we talk about it, the more people will recognize that actually this is something that has to be incorporated into our lives.
All right. Well, look, it's at this point that I talk about the fact that although this is a show to try and help all of you, of course, I'm trying to draw your attention to Karen Bashford because she can really help you at least start some element of your wellness journey. And to do that, one of the best ways of doing that would be to go to her website, which is the Karen Bashford website. I do have a link to it here. There we go. KarenBashford.com. But also, and I know this because I edit the thing, she has an excellent audio podcast, which also reflects over into a YouTube, which is, I should reassure Karen, is that now up to date. So, but upon that, she covers issues which affect you, but also interviews really notable humans. And some of those interviews are really quite, I was going to say shocking, but they provide moments of clarity, put it that way. And it's a good thing to go see. And I would say one of the easiest ways is if you follow that QR code I've just put up there, that will take you straight to it. Also, if you just type in the Empowered Women Life Leaders podcast and type that into Google, you'll find it pop up in Apple Music and all sorts of places. Spotify, I think, has it as well. But thank you once again, Karen. Yes, I know you feel like you can't do anything, but as we both acknowledge, it's part of the process. And to all of you watching, please keep your feet on the ground, keep reaching for the stars, try and look after that mental health, and realize that sometimes you just got to take that break. You just got to give yourself that space so that your body can just cope with the fact you removed or you've healed something, and that there's now a void that needs to be slowly filled. Until next week, bye-bye now.
Bye.